Willow Creek, Wyoming Territory, December 1881. The wind roared through the narrow streets like a beast trapped in the hills, swirling snow into drifts that clung to shutters and froze against the boards of the small town. Lanterns flickered behind frosted glass, casting brief, trembling light onto the frozen mud of Main Street. Anna Harlo huddled in the shadow of the alley behind Mallister's saloon, pressing her back to the brick wall. Her arms were wrapped tightly around herself, a thin shawl barely warding off the chill. Her lips cracked, her fingers numb, and hunger clawed at her stomach with sharp insistence. For 4 nights she had slept wherever she could, under porches and stables, anywhere she could find a corner. 3 days without a proper meal had left her bones weary, and her spirit frayed. The saloon doors banged open, letting warm light and raucous laughter spill into the street. 2 men stumbled out, their breath steaming in the air. One stopped short, eyes narrowing on Anna. "Well, what do we have here?" Amos Kane's voice was thick with drink and cruelty. He took a step toward her, boots crunching against the ice-crusted snow. "Little bird out in the cold all alone." Anna shrank back. "Leave me be," she whispered. Amos grinned, showing yellowed teeth. "I got a room upstairs. Warm fire, soft bed. Come up, get a bite to eat. Fair trade, don't you think?" "I said no," she managed, her voice quivering. "Sure? Ain't nowhere else for you to go." Amos taunted, reaching for her arm. "Let go," she demanded, twisting free. "Don't be foolish. A warm bed ain't nothing to scoff at." Then a voice cut through the night. Low, steady, calm, "That's enough." A man emerged from the shadows, tall, broad-shouldered, dusted with snow, wearing a long coat and wide-brimmed hat. A pale scar ran down his left cheek, catching the flickering lamplight. His gray eyes were steady, unwavering. Amos's sneer faltered. "This ain't your business, stranger." "It is now," the man said. His tone left no room for argument. Amos spat into the snow, muttering curses, and retreated. Anna sagged against the wall, legs trembling. "Not all right, are you?" the stranger asked quietly. "I'm fine," she lied. "Last time you ate?" She looked away. Without a word, he shrugged off his heavy coat and wrapped it around her shoulders. The warmth seeped into her bones, making tears threaten to spill. Why help me?" she asked. "Because someone should," he said, holding out a gloved hand. "Jacob Thornton. I own a ranch outside of town." "Anna Harlo," she murmured. "I've heard whispers," he said, "but I watch people for myself. I saw you trying to get work, trying to survive. What I offer is honest work. Cook, clean, keep the place. Room, board, wages. A chance to start over." Her hands clutched the coat tighter. "You trust strangers that easily?" "Not usually," he admitted. "But you don't strike me as someone who lies about needing help. Hungry?" "Yes," she whispered. "Then let's get you fed." They climbed into a wagon as snow drifted around them. Anna glanced back once at the dim glow of the saloon. She had traded pride for survival, yet something told her this time the bargain might mean something more. The Thornton ranch spread out beneath the pale moonlight. A 2-story home flanked by barns and outbuildings, smoke curling from the chimney. Inside it was cold but lived in. Boots lined the entry, a quilt folded neatly on a chair. Jacob showed her to a small upstairs room. A single bed, a wooden chest, a window overlooking the mountains. That evening, he served simple bread, butter, and cold ham. She shivered as she took the mug of coffee he offered, warmth flooding her like a promise. "You didn't have to," she whispered. "I wanted to," he said, sitting opposite her, eyes steady. "You're safe here." Days turned into a rhythm of work and quiet learning. Anna cooked, cleaned, and tended to the house while Jacob guided her with patient hands and calm instructions. When a fire in the kitchen nearly burned her sleeve, he doused it quickly, scolding nothing, teaching everything. He left small tokens without words: woolen socks, a heavier shawl, honey, books. Each act spoke of care, respect, and a quiet admiration that unsettled her more than cruelty ever had. One evening in the barn, she watched him bandage a calf's injured leg. "You're good with them," she said. "They don't lie," he replied. "They tell you what they need. And they don't judge." The thought lingered, warming her even more than the coat draped over her shoulders. Then came the shadow of her past. A well-dressed rider approached the ranch one snow-crusted morning. Victor Harlo, her brother. He dismounted with a practiced ease, confidence oozing from his every movement. "I'm here to bring you home," he said, voice sweet as syrup, but sharp beneath. Jacob stepped forward. She is not property. She chooses her own path. Victor's smile darkened. Ask about Laram, about Jonathan Webb. You've run from one scandal. How many more before he believes her? Time snapped. Victor lunged for her with a knife. Jacob tackled him. They rolled in the snow, the cold biting their faces, blood staining the white. Anna grabbed a pistol from the porch, hands shaking. Stop. One more step and I shoot. Victor froze. Jacob shoved him again, rolling him into the snow. Victory hovered for a heartbeat. Then Victor mounted his horse, disappearing into the trees. Inside, Anna and Jacob exhaled. For the first time, she felt the raw weight of being seen, believed, and defended. The battle was far from over. Victor filed formal charges, doubling the claim of theft. But Anna, with Jacob's steadfast support, sent a telegram to Judge Whitaker. Within days, Marshal Evans arrived to investigate. Anna recounted every betrayal, every injustice, every lie Victor had spun. The charges were dropped. Victor Harlo became the hunted, Anna's name cleared. And through it all, Jacob remained by her side, quiet, unwavering, patient, and loving. Spring returned to the ranch. Snow melted into green shoots. Birds returned to the barns. Anna and Jacob worked side by side, laughing, planting, mending fences. On a soft evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, Jacob knelt before her on the porch. A simple silver ring in his hand, honest and worn. "Will you marry me?" he asked. "Yes," she whispered, then firmer, "Yes." Jacob Thornton. He slipped the ring onto her finger, embracing her with a steadiness that felt like home. A letter arrived from her father, full of regret and hope, acknowledging her strength and independence. Anna did not need to leave, but one day she would go to him. Not as a child, but as a woman who had lived, suffered, and thrived. Seasons changed. Storms came and went, but Anna and Jacob remained, building a life from honesty, courage, and love. In the vast, wild expanse of Wyoming, they discovered that home was not just a place, but a promise, a choice, and a love that no winter wind could shake.